Let's fix my bangs. What in the world? Hello everybody, welcome to today's video. I'm Mac. I wanted to share with you guys 5 things that the Lord has been teaching me. I have never really done one of these videos, and so maybe this will just become like a quarterly thing that we just check up on each other with. So maybe comment down below something that the Lord has been teaching you, because there's always something I feel like the Lord is trying to tell us and that we're learning if we are staying active and equipped in the Lord's living word. Let's just get started. The first thing that I am learning is that stepping out is so crucial for just allowing us to be stretched and molded. In a way, I feel like the Lord has allowed me to step out and just for him to use me was by starting a little Bible study. We are studying James and we're using the For the Girl study. This is incredible. We were diving deep in chapter 1 yesterday. Verse 2 and 3 of chapter 1 of James is probably one of the most prominent verses that a lot of Christians know and hold to their heart so dearly. It is, "My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience." And what this study had kind of revealed to us was that the Greek word for patience is hampomone. I will put it on the screen. This word describes an active endurance instead of a patient standstill or waiting. Think of the difference between waiting in a doctor's office for your appointment to begin and running the last mile of a marathon. Although both involve waiting, one is active while the other is passive. The type of perseverance or patience yielded from the trials is an active waiting that you should fully participate in. When we are enduring this testing, it is going to produce fruits in your walk with Christ. With this patience, it's saying not waiting season, but it's this running endurance season where we are working our fields, we are preparing and holding fast the joy of Jesus Christ through the fruits that he is producing in our lives. It's been so cool to just see how the Lord has been working in my heart and challenging me to honestly put more of a foot forward to just my community in ways that I can just pour out and be encouraged and get filled up. It's been so cool. If Peter could step out of the boat, you can step out and do something cool for the kingdom. Second thing, community is beautiful. I think the Lord has been revealing how precious just like my close-knit friendships can be if we center ourselves around Christ. There has been such a insanely beautiful shift that I feel like my tight-knit friend group has experienced because we have been growing with the Lord separately. All we want to do is just lift each other up in a heavenly manner. It has been so cool to just see this like churn in the ways we talk, the way we think, the way we talk to each other. If you are somebody who has not found a community yet, is still yearning for just tight-knit relationships with people to just pour into you, celebrate you, hold you accountable, here are some verses that you can use in your prayers that might encourage you to just seek this out, and hopefully you guys can use these in your prayers as well. And so Galatians 6:2 says, "Carry each other's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ." We're not supposed to walk this life alone. The Lord created us to be relational people, and when we think of Jesus, he even walked with 12 of his disciples. "Therefore confess your sins to each other and pray for each other so that you may be healed. The prayer of a righteous person is powerful and effective." And Proverbs 27:17 says, "As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another." There was a season in my life where I really didn't have anybody. I was definitely waiting for the Lord and his timing to when I was going to be introduced to just my kingdom heavenly friends that I would just do life with. I really thought at one point that I was fine with nobody by my side. Now that I do have people, I can just say that I feel like I've never been so strong in my faith, and it's because I've had people to just push me deeper than I ever could. 3 is actually a quote from this study, and it said that doubt produces an instability in our hearts that doesn't leave us with a fertile ground for the Lord to pour out his wisdom. Wisdom has also been something that I feel like has been a deep prayer of mine, for the Lord to just guide me and give me the knowledge of his word. James 1 actually talks about this in the first couple of verses, where it says, "If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives to all liberally and without reproach, and it will be given to him. But let him ask in faith, with no doubting. For he who doubts is like a wave of the sea, driven and tossed by the wind." Trials allow for a necessary season to seek wisdom, and with seeking the wisdom, it says you should not doubt but have faith. So yeah, I'm just receiving that. Number 4, get rid of distractions. I know this one's pretty self-explanatory. Just getting rid of, honestly, TikTok and Instagram for right now has been very, very fruitful, and I've only been off it for 10 days, and so yeah, you learn a lot once the distractions have fled. And I know the Lord convicts a lot of us of this, for us just spending so much time on things that don't matter. And I feel like I'm just gonna keep coming back to James, because that's just what I've been studying. It says in James 1:11 that for no sooner has the sun arisen with a burning heat than it withers the grass, its flowers fall, and its beautiful appearance perishes. So the rich man will also fade away in his pursuits. Earthly things are not going to be taken to heaven with us, and so getting rid of these things now are going to help me be prepared for heaven and be more kingdom minded rather than earthly bound. I'm just praying that I never let anything earthly be a distraction to me in my walk with Christ. Number 5 is that prayer is powerful. A lot of us go through seasons where we feel like a lot of our prayers just aren't being heard, are kind of just going in the distance. But then there's awesome seasons like where I am, I feel like right now, that the Lord is just revealing a lot of his prayers that are yeses and a lot of that are nos, but it's cool to be able to live out the promises that he has made, and has been so fruitful in my walk. Keep praying, y'all, and know that he hears the prayers of his children. The Lord answers all of our prayers, whether that's wait, no, or yes. Be consistent. There's a patience and an endurance that we have to uphold. That's pretty much what I've been learning in my quiet time in his beautiful word, and I thought I would just share that because maybe it could be an encouragement to you. If you guys are learning anything from the Lord and you want to share it, please comment it down below. How we learn from the Lord is through his living, breathing, beautiful word that we have been so graciously gifted. It's alive and living. It's sharper than any double-edged sword. I love you guys so much. I'm sorry if I don't say that enough, but seriously, every single person who watches my videos is such a blessing, and I'm so thankful that the Lord has even gifted us YouTube so that we can just be inspired and encouraged by random people on the internet. How cool is that? I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Mwah! I'll see you next Friday for my next video.